I'm with Filip Pogady. When I went to one of the business meetings of the Slovakian tourist office yesterday, he provided this rhapsodically beautiful violin music, the kind of thing you would have heard in a romantic taverna by the Danube, a violin dripping with emotion and with the pain and sorrow of all the Danube.
Thank you very much.
Filip Pogady, and I'm very lucky to talk to him as an example of the new crop of talented musicians coming out of Slovakia.
All right, thank you, glad to be here.
You're such a symbol of the school of Slovakian music that the tourist office opted to fly you to New York for that particular breakfast meeting with journalists.
Right. Well, actually, I studied in New York, so I've been here actually for a while. I did my master's degree here in New York, studying with Pinka Zuckerman, a very famous violin virtuoso, so that's how I actually got to New York.
Did you study with Pinka Zuckerman?
Yes, I did.
You did, really?
I did my master's degree with him, and I did my undergrad in Vienna, and then I came to New York for my master's.
That's fabulous. I didn't know that Pinka Zuckerman was teaching in New York.
He has like 5 students all together around the world, basically. So
that's marvelous.
It's kind of a privilege. I'm very fortunate having had such a teacher.
I'm so impressed. I didn't know that about you. We know that Bratislava has a symphony orchestra of its own.
Yes, the Slovak Philharmonic.
And we know that you are blessed and cursed with the proximity to Vienna, a capital of music that's world famous,
right.
Bigger, better funded, blah blah. So in reaction to that, does the Bratislava Symphony specialize in Slovakian composers, in music that the Vienna people don't touch?
I think it's more because Vienna, of course, as a music city, has more of a tradition. I mean, Beethoven, Schubert, Mozart, all these people were living there, they were working there, composing there. So I think Bratislava doesn't really have this kind of background, so they just played like the common repertoire, but I think they are doing really well. I performed with them a couple times, soloing with them. Actually, last time was just in May last year, and yeah, it was a great time.
You were a soloist with the Bratislava Symphony?
Yes, the Philharmonic, yes.
Philharmonic, forgive me.
Right, no problem.
I've learned as I go.
Yeah.
As the Bratislava Symphony continues its repertoire, do you predict that there will be a body of violin music that they will specialize in? I'm playing with this.
Like what kind of music they would specialize in? I don't think they are specializing
in an era or a composer? Or?
I think they're just doing the basic repertoire that the orchestras do nowadays. Of course, the classical, some modern stuff. I wouldn't know about Slovak. Actually, I don't really know if they do much Slovak stuff, to be honest.
I read the names of prominent Slovakian musicians from the past. I expected to see Janacek, but...
Janacek is Czech, but it's actually closer to Slovakia in terms of culture than to Austria. So
yes.
So that would kind of make sense that they pick up the Czech composers like Dvořák, Janacek, Smetana.
So the Czech Republic claims the famous ones, Smetana, Janacek, and the Slovakians.
Basically, yeah. Slovak composers, basically, yeah.
That's funny.
Kind of.
That's funny.
Pity for the Slovaks, yeah.
Well, the purpose of this evening tonight is to focus on the emerging importance of Slovakia as a cultural centerpiece. If you have any thoughts on the musical scene in Slovakia you want to say, we'd love to hear them.
Well, I think it's a very new thing. It's just like conservatories and everything. I don't think it has a great tradition there, especially compared to Vienna, as we already established. But I think it's great. I think the Slovak Philharmonic is doing wonderfully. They sound amazing, and the opera is actually really good too in Bratislava. It's really good, actually.
Really?
We have great singers. So
any particular opera that they are known for? Is there a signature opera that is their trademark?
I haven't been in the opera there actually for a while now because I was abroad. But I saw Traviata recently. It was really good, actually.
Do you have an important instrument, a violin of your own? So much prestige is given to a professional violinist to have an important Stradivarius of his own.
Well, Stradivarius, of course, would be very nice. At the moment, I have a modern instrument, a Russian instrument. It's a wonderful instrument, though. I love it, and it sounds brilliant. It was actually given to me from the violin maker when he was presenting his instruments in Prague.
How nice.
And as a presentation, yeah, I just got this instrument. I love it.
Is your family Hungarian? Are your parents Hungarian?
No, actually, I don't really know where this comes from. I think because in Slovakia it's all mixed with Hungary and like the cultures kind of blend. But there are so many Hungarian-speaking people in Slovakia.
There used to be a lot more.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Because of the kind of relationship that they have, it's not really
not
amazing. Yeah, it's not really happiest of a story, but yeah, I don't actually know where it came from.
Any plans for your future? Where do you see yourself living? Do you see yourself?
Well, I hope to have more audiences, more people listening to me, and be just as successful as I can be at what I'm doing, because that's what I love.
As a Slovakian with a Hungarian name, and as a man whose talent incorporates the lush 19th century romantics, who is your favorite composer for the violin?
Composer-wise, it's of course the basics. Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, they're up there, definitely.
I'm having a love affair with Mozart. I play him all the time.
Right, of course, yeah.
I play him at my gym. People laugh at me. I play him anyway.
Nice, good for you.
Yes, I thought so.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, there is so much wonderful music out there. I mean, Tchaikovsky, just like all these classical composers, they are famous for a reason, I think.
What should I listen to by Tchaikovsky? What should I listen to?
I mean, for me, obviously, the Violin Concerto is a very fascinating piece, because it's very technically challenging, yes, and also, of course, it's wonderful music too.
As a violinist, what's the musical composition you would most like to master next?
Next, I think it's mastering the Bach chaconne. Even though I've played it many times, I think it's a challenge that's
mastering
never...
the what?
The chaconne by Bach.
Yes.
I think to fully understand it, I don't know if at my age this is actually possible. Like, I think it's such a piece full of depth. I think it really takes time to really get into it, and in order to fully understand
Just
it.
Just describe this work. I don't know this work.
It's from the second partita, from the solo partitas by Bach, and it's this 15-minute piece basically, solo violin, and it's basically
solo
a
violin,
dance.
no accompaniment.
No accompaniment.
Come on.
And
the name of it is what again?
Chaconne. Chaconne.
Spell that for me.
There are different spellings actually. Chaconne.
Yes, thank you. Chaconne.
Chaconne, yes. It's a dance actually, a Baroque dance. And even though I've played it many times, I think this is kind of like a life mission to try to understand this piece.
How many hours do you rehearse every day?
Practicing, actually I used to do more earlier when I was like 17, 18 years old. I think that was my peak. I would definitely practice like 7-8 hours a day. But now it's a bit like keeping in shape, and I think 3-4 hours will do it a day. Yeah, definitely.
I get the strong feeling I'm talking to Filip Pogady, an emerging voice in classical violinist that is going to be known and very famous one day. This is Dan Prince from Blood Moon Productions, honored with this insight into Slovakian music and culture. Thank you, Filip.
Thank you very much.